All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking Warriors. Now, imagine your team is so good that your superstar, one of the best basketball players of the current generation, someone who has done so much for the league, someone who has broken so many records. Imagine he misses the last month of the season. He comes back for game one of the NBA playoffs, and he's like, it's okay, I'll come off the bench. And his replacement drops, or I shouldn't even say replacement, but the filler for the game, Jordan Poole, the future of the Golden State Warriors, in my opinion, drops 30. Steph Curry, your best basketball player, is coming off of the bench on a time constraint, plays 22 minutes, and you blow out. I guess 16 points might not technically be a blowout, but this was a blowout. Golden State losing in the first quarter, that was the closest Denver really had it at any point in the entire game. That was the closest Denver had it at any point in the game, with Golden State coming out second quarter, offensively on fire, defensively on fire. This team finished number one in defensive rating in the entire NBA, and you missed the probable depoy had he not gotten injured for 2.5 months. So, yeah, Golden State, pretty good at basketball, man. Welcome back to the channel. We're talking Golden State here today. My initial prediction with the Warriors was that they were going to win in 5 against the Denver Nuggets. I still think so. It's really difficult to sweep teams. It's really difficult for to play 4 straight, not perfect basketball games, but really solid basketball games. And, Denver to kind of I wouldn't use the word struggle. They definitely did struggle, but the defense was a huge reason why. I mean, Nikola Jokic, for his standards, played poor. 25 points, 8 or 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block isn't that poor for most people. But if you watch the game, the man was gassed by the fourth quarter. He was completely gassed, and that's kind of Golden State's secret formula, dude. You kind of let especially if the opposing team has one superstar. This is exactly kind of what I was predicting was going to happen, very similar to 2018 against the Houston Rockets and James Harden, is you let Jokic do his thing for about 3 quarters. You let him do his thing. You're not necessarily doubling or trapping every time he gets the basketball, and you let them just blow themselves out. You let them just get as gassed as they possibly can get. Fourth quarter comes along, you throw doubles on him, you throw traps on the best player, and he's already gassed. Their whole team's already gassed, and from there on out, you just kind of win the basketball game, control the fourth quarter. Now, that's not necessarily exactly how the fourth went, because you did have garbage time players come in, and Denver technically outscored Golden State in the fourth quarter. But that's kind of the basic blueprint almost. Before we go any further in this video, man, if you enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that sub button. Post a ton of NBA videos, definitely covering this Warriors-Nuggets game. By the time a lot of you watch this video, the game 2 might even be over. It's 3 o'clock here on Monday afternoon. Game 2 might be over. Golden State's 100,000% in my eyes winning that basketball game. But what really just makes this team terrifying to me is the whole Jordan Poole thing. And I know Jordan Poole is a stud, and Jordan Poole was my most improved player, and he's not even a top 3 finalist. He's that freaking good. I've been saying all season, a dude who was in the G League last year and is coming out dropping 30 in his first playoff game for Golden State, the writing's on the wall, right? It's literally on the wall. Jordan Poole is a superstar, or will be a superstar. At the very worst, Jordan Poole is going to be an all-star. Very, very, very worst. That is his floor. His ceiling, we have no idea. And that, to me, is what makes this team so terrifying, is you finally, for the first point in the entire season, Golden State has all 4 of their playoff veterans healthy. Steph Curry healthy, Klay Thompson healthy, Draymond Green healthy, Andre Iguodala healthy. Now, obviously, the first 3 of those are probably going to have a little bit more of a role, but Andre Iguodala, he knows what he's doing out here. Let alone Andrew Wiggins. He's turned into Mr. Consistent. He is extremely efficient ever since he's gotten to Golden State. But my point being, you have your top 4 playoff-savvy, championship-proven core, right? So even if Iggy's only playing 13 minutes like he did the other night, well, first off, he's still getting you 2 rebounds. He's still giving you 4 assists. He's still finishing plus 11 in just 13 minutes. He's making a difference on the offensive end. He's making a difference on the defensive end. He's also mentoring these guys. He's leading by example. He's setting the tone. I'm not worried. Why would you guys be worried? People follow leaders, people follow veterans. And if a guy like Andre Iguodala was like biting his nails on a bench, he's like, oh shit, Nikola Jokic, oh no. What kind of example would that set for the young kids? Obviously, Andre Iguodala would not do that, but you get the point. Like, kind of compare him to like maybe Karl Anthony Towns. I'm not trying to diss Cat here, but like, the veteran leadership or the leadership with Karl Anthony Towns and Andre Iguodala, it's worlds apart. So you have your big four. Or I guess I should say you have your big three because Iggy's not going to play too much. You have a healthy Draymond Green. That's the most important piece that came back. Because Steph Curry, I wasn't too worried about Steph Curry, especially all the optimistic reports we've been hearing for the last month or so that, there's no timetable, but he's feeling optimistic. The Warriors are feeling optimistic. He's getting some practices in. He's getting some workouts in. He's putting shots up. I didn't really have any worry that Steph Curry was going to come into the NBA playoffs and be like, shooting like 1 of 12 or, just playing bad. Like, it's not going to happen. And even if it did happen, that's not how he would play the rest of the series. That would be more of like a one-time thing. So you got your defense being led by Draymond Green. If Jokic had Jamal, if he had Michael, we'd have a little bit more of a series. We would definitely not have like a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, in my opinion, just because Jamal Murray's a stud, MPJ's a sniper. They'd probably be able to get some wins for sure. But this team is so deep, man. You even have the bench. Like, you have bench guys like Gary Payton. You got bench guys like Otto Porter, Bjelica. If you have JTA as your like garbage time roster or depth piece, you're sitting pretty, dude. JTA is an underutilized basketball player, and I would imagine, I don't know how long he'll be in Golden State, but you put him on another team, you're going to start to see his impact. Warriors fans, you're fully aware of his impact. He has a big impact. But this team, you got its culture. You have a perfect blend of like super young dudes, Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody. Some of them play more than others. Jordan Poole, James Wiseman out for the season. Then you have kind of like middle-aged guys who just became their first All-Star, guys like Andrew Wiggins. Then you've got your, kind of big four playoff veterans. You've got guys who have been in the system for a minute now, Kevon Looney. It's just a perfect blend of culture. It's just like the perfect system in place. I absolutely love the Golden State Warriors. I love watching them, and they just know what they're doing, man. Steve Kerr knows how to teach these kids. He knows how to coach these guys. Top to bottom, the organization is just as sound as it gets. I got Golden State here in 5 just because, like I said, I think sweeping teams, it's very difficult. It's just kind of difficult. So I got Dubs in 5. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this series. Let me know your final prediction for this Game 7. And I hope you guys all have a good night. Hit the like button, and I'll see y'all later.